right, I think it's time for the papers now.
Yes,
we have about 5 papers here to review and let you know what is going on across the country. We have leadership and communication strategist Dotun Ojon joining us in the studio right now. Dotun, good morning.
Dotun, good to see you.
Good morning.
Hope you had a great weekend.
Yes, fantastic.
Super.
One.
It's
Great.
good to know that. All right, we'll begin, as usual, with the punch this morning. And it goes this way. Knocks, as Buhari says, he hasn't done too badly. You can't be your own judge, PDP tells president. Of course, Buhari was speaking to diaspora Nigerians in London, and he said, look, we've not done too badly, considering
what he met on ground.
What he met on ground.
I love the word or the phrase too badly because, in all honesty, he has not done too badly. But this measurement is beyond the president as a person. But when you're looking at the government of the president, then you have to place it side by side with the expectation of the people and the promise made by the party.
Indeed.
When you now place this side by side, then the government has failed. But in all honesty, yes, when you place it side by side with the promises of the party,
whether it's in the area of security,
economy,
economy,
then you can say that
and
the government has failed. But if we have the maturity of looking beyond the promises and looking at the reality of what they met on ground, then we will say that they haven't done badly.
The point there is what Nigerians are looking forward now is not to maintain status quo anymore. Because the point there is they want to see...
It was bad. That's why I wanted that change.
Exactly. A disruptive governance where something new has to happen. We've gone through... Everything has just been a recycle of the same thing. Budget year in, year out. You know, approval of funds for this, approval of funds for that, and all of that. They just want something new in governance.
Yes, you can't get anything new if you have the old techniques and leadership principles. You can only get something new in Nigeria today if you have a mafia manager, somebody who's going to come and disrupt the entire thinking process of the people, who's going to come and disrupt the planning process of governance. Unfortunately, you may not have that with the current set of leadership.
And
so
we have a third force now that doesn't seem to be that
the
fresh
third force
either.
is not the solution. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
The current set of leaders that we have, maybe Obasanjo or Enik, cannot give us what we need at this point in time. We are talking about 21st century based solution, and that is not going to come through a leader that likes to drink coffee. It's going to come through a leader who is ready to drive change and who is not, this is very important, a leader who is not interested in any second time. Because to turn around a situation in Nigeria, you need to step on many toes. And if you are
be
thinking
prepared
about
not to come back.
Damn the consequences.
you are not going to get there.
Okay, moving on. Obaseki imposes 90-day ban on grazing in Edo communities. Of course, Edo State has been at the receiving end of herdsmen attacks recently too.
More so that the president is coming out to say that they are not Nigerians. I think we should be very firm about how we deal with them. Normally, I'm one of the advocates of actually treating them like your neighbor. But now, according to the president, who knows more than I do, he has come out to say that many of them are not Nigerian. So there's a need for the government to put his feet on the ground and do what he needs to do.
Yeah, but critics have been saying if you say that they are not Nigerian and you go to the people of Benue, the people of Taraba, and you tell them, please accommodate your countrymen. What exactly are you talking about? Should we be accommodating foreigners? Or
no. I think the government...
Okay, let's just leave it there, please. Right. There's a Chibok girls issue. It's 4 years on, and we have a bold picture of parents praying, lifting hands, you know, to their maker. That seems to be the only way out now for any hope of getting the Chibok girls back.
You know, if the government, the concept of government is the concept of God. And I want us to look at it from that way. What you cannot do for yourself, somebody is there doing it for you. But anytime the government fails, then people pester God with unnecessary prayers. Like, God, let them restore light.
Prayer?
Like, God, let them restore light. God, let the road be free today
and when light comes, thank God.
Thank God, you understand? So I think we need to be innovative in our thinking, and some of these problems are not insurmountable. There are problems that we can actually solve.
All right, let's move to the Nation newspaper now. Pro-Buhari group to Saraki, why our ban cannot stand. Senators to stick with Omagege. Fear over the most likely suspension. Now, this is a fallout of the suspension of Senator Omagege, as well as the ban on one of the groups. that is said to be in support of the president in the Senate.
Yes, everybody, this is the time, I call it the hour of survival. And everybody is looking at every necessary way or available means to survive. Now the president has come out to declare that he is running. So it makes a lot of sense for some senators to now queue behind him and say, oh, Mr. Senate President, we have hope in the president rather than you, because we are not even sure whether you will make it back to the Senate. And that's what has happened. If not for the fact that the president has come out to say that he's running, I tell you that this will have calmed down, because the Senate is a political party on its own, like I said the other time. And you're wondering sometimes that the Senate is passing some bill, and you are asking yourself, is this particular senator not there? Is this one not there? Because at that point in time, there's unity. Once it comes to what comes to my pocket, there's unity of purpose. And whatever the fate of the party is immaterial.
All right. We have APC Gets Convention Committee, and the Jigawa State Governor is to chair that committee, and then the Governor of Ondo State is to assist him in the convention. I guess things are taking shape now towards the convention.
If you ask me, I will tell you that APC is facing an election now, because this convention is more important than what will happen in 2019. If they manage this convention very well, then that shows that to a reasonable extent, they are going to be able to at least approach the 2019 election with one heart.
But observers are of the mind that, look, if the APC cannot handle something as fundamental as a national convention,
Congresses.
And congresses. Is this the same party that we've given this country?
3 years may not be enough for APC to have to build the capacity to manage a national problem. You know, they are used to regional problems. CPC will manage its problem in the north, AMPP in the east, and all that. Now they are coming together to form a formidable force. They have forgotten that they are also going to have a big problem, a national problem, and that's what has happened. That's why
so why don't you just regionalize the structure of governance within the party? You know that, look, the CPC arm of the APC, the AD, or is it ACN, or whichever one.
The point there is, all that, we've had some APC chieftains here and asked them these questions before. They said, no, that doesn't exist anymore. As far as they're concerned, there's no more CPC.
It's just one APC.
There's no more AMPP.
Legally.
There's no more ACN.
Legally.
Yeah, legally.
Yeah.
And everyone is working towards that one standing APC, and that's what they know.
I hope this convention will be able to recreate that stand of having a unified APC. But the way things are now, I'm not sure that we have actually got to that point. And that's why they are setting up committees. They know that there are problems. There are problems.
And the Senate, the legislature itself might even just be an indication of a party that is not exactly in the same.
I have told you before that the legislators are not totally part of APC. And if they are going to do everything to ensure that they get re-elected, even if it means rocking the boat of APC.
Yeah, they've done it before, and I guess
will that be it
this will be a litmus test. We still have a few headlines here. Okay. U.S. to review consular operations in Nigeria. They picked Nigeria, Morocco, and Ethiopia to review their consular engagement, and is meant to foster friendship between the countries. And Nigeria has received $14.2 billion from World Bank Group since 1958.
1958.
That's a long one.
It is, but again, it's like a man who keeps dipping his hand into one bucket and bringing out money. You will not know that the money is actually going down. And when you have the habit of receiving, I've told you before that I've never seen a man who grows in value while the mindset is about receiving. And that is what we have now. At every point in time, we think we need people to dash us money. And we have also imported this from the government circle to individual life. That's why you walk on the street of Lagos, you are seeing people begging you for money because nobody wants to take responsibility for his or life again. Yeah. And that is the lifestyle we also lead at the national level. Our government likes to always go out. At the point that they started getting money from the World Bank, is it the pounds, was higher than all the money put together. Yeah. I'm talking about the Nigerian currency. Yeah. You understand? So it's just a mindset, it's a lifestyle, and no beggar will ever add value.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, I agree with you on that score. The Daily Sun reports, of course, that 17 Chibok schoolgirls' parents dead, and that's according to the Bring Back Our Girls group, the BBOG. Remaining girls, Leah Sharibu's rescue a must, and that's Saraki, the Senate President, reassuring Nigerians. Yeah, 17 parents have had to go through this harrowing experience, and it has cost them their very lives. Buhari blames past leaders for nation's woes, meets Tinubu in London. And Aisha makes U-turn, declares support for president. Of course, she's been trying to explain, away that interview that she had with the BBC, saying if things continue the way they were at the time that she had, pointed at, that she would not go out to campaign anymore.
I think at every point in time, it's like coming on air like this to criticize the president or to correct the president. Sometimes people think you are the president's enemy. When this woman came out to say what she said, I told people that does not make her the enemy of the president. But that's what everybody, so many people tagged that to be. At that point in time, it was necessary for somebody to drive sanity into the heads of people.
According to her, she stands for justice.
For justice.
And it doesn't matter
at that point in time, it was necessary.
Yeah, who she needed to... let's even
remind...
I'm sure Nigerians were wondering exactly what we're talking about. What exactly did she say that she had to, that she has to give this reassurance?
She said at that time that the presidency has been hijacked.
Yes, by total strangers, people who did not contribute anything to the emergence of the party.
He was voicing his displeasure at that time. And there were also reports that even she couldn't really have access to the president the way she was supposed to.
Of course,
so it was normal. It was normal for her to,
go out there.
Her outbursts at the time.
You see, thank
Only
God
to be told that she belonged to Azaru.
Did I just say that?
Did I just say that?
That statement that a lot of people saw.
Yeah,
thank God for the
kindly
maturity of some of the party leaders, including Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. If not, APC will have divided beyond repair. Because at that point in time, too, there are reports that people like Asiwaju have been sidelined. But because they labored and they would not ordinarily come out to tell the world that this is what they are facing. So at the point that the president's wife spoke, there were a lot of things going wrong in the government. And I only hope, because if truly she believes in justice, I only hope that those mistakes of that time have been corrected.
Will not be repeated. Yeah. All right, last one coming from the Daily Sun, very interesting one. IBB canvasses support for Falaye's SDP. According to him, when he heard that a party had been formed, he waited to find out exactly what party it was. And when he saw that names like Falaye, Adeniro and the rest of them, Jerry Ganas of this world were in the party, he felt, okay, this is a party that should get my support.
And one way or the other, SDP resonates with the name. With the name, one of the political parties he formed in the early 90s.
Yes. You see, beyond who are coming together to form a political party, we must continue to learn the art of bringing out credible people. At this point in time, Mike, it is not right. It is legal, but I doubt whether it is logical for you to bring one old person to tackle the problem of Nigeria. Our problems are becoming more problematic by the day, and we need more than traditional leadership to be able to solve it. So beyond Olufalaye coming together, at the end of the day, I am looking forward to seeing a young man who has both character and capacity.
That is what
character
IBB,
and capacity.
That is what IBB has always said. It has to be someone young in the next presidency.
A digital
that is what he has said. And he keeps saying that, he keeps repeating that. Yeah. So if he's making that statement, and we have former President Olusegun Obasanjo making the similar kind of statement and all of that, it tells you where the old generals, where their direction of thinking is.
It's going to help us a great deal, because in all honesty, most of the problems we have in this government, I think they are product of the fact that people are deliberately taking advantage of the president's health and
But I don't seem to understand this. If they are saying, look, we need young blood, we need fresh blood, people who really have the energy of youth and the capacity. Is it not contradictory when you support a Falae, for example, and you say, look,
no,
these are the people...
No.
The support is for the political party.
It's for the political party. Led by Olufalae. Olufalae is not the presidential candidate.
It's not the presidential candidate. At the end of the day, we are looking forward to having these people come together and present somebody who is youthful, who has character, who will be able... Character is very important. Who will be able to unite us. I'm afraid that we have never been this divided. Who will be able to unite? Who has the capacity to carry on with the business of governance? I was saying that people took advantage of the health and the age of this president.
Well, according to IBB, the party that he is ready to support is a party that will strengthen the oneness and the unity of Nigeria.
The country.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the Vanguard newspaper. It's impossible to recover all looted funds. Buhari is saying that. It says he hasn't done badly based on what he met on ground. No amount of pressure will stop release of more looters list. That's by federal government. Looters and looters. The point there is, if you see the names, the amount of monies that have been looted, and we keep talking about Abacha loot, there are other loots here and there, is a whole lot of money. But the federal government is now saying, well, we can't recover all.
I think I made a study of government in Africa, and I came up with the concept of useless money. Deliberately, government create what they call useless money. That may not be the language. They put in the money somewhere, and they continue to tell you we cannot fix road because there's no money, so that they will be able to fall back and steal from that money. It happens in virtually all the government.
Take it out of the system,
and
keep
it out
somewhere.
of the system and keep somewhere. Unfortunately, the availability of fund determines how well people in government will steal. You may say that people in this government have not stolen much, but it's not a product of being born again. It's a product of the fact that the money is not as available as it used to be. So first, you must block the concept of useless money. And that brought about the issue of TSA. But how far have we been able to drive it? It's beyond having 6-7 trillion naira that we, at the end of the day, fall into the pocket of civil servants through budgeting process. So TSA will be useless if we do not take care of budgeting process.
And it is the civil servants who know the loopholes to take advantage
have been in the system for so long.
Recall
as
when
we speak now, it's still copy and paste system of budgeting.
As a matter of fact, I'm reminded of what El Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, said not too long ago, that if we don't fix the civil service, whatever plans we have to change or transform Nigeria will really not work, because that is the engine room of
governance.
And for you
the corruption you see in government actually emanates from there. Okay.
All right, let's move on. Governor Badaru heads a 68-member APC convention committee. We've talked about that. A lecturer renounces Nigerian citizenship, urges Buhari to endorse. He was talking about injustice in the system.
Yes, even in the justice system, there's injustice. So where else do you want to find justice in Nigeria? And that underscores the need for us to talk and hit on the issue of capacity. To totally clean Nigeria, Mike, it's a whole lot of work that needs the presence and the eyeballs of the president and whosoever the men are. So that at the end of the day, it will be Buhari government. You will not come back and make complaint and say, oh, it was one person that spoiled the government for you. So there's the need for us to be involved in all this. And when you are talking about injustice, it affects every man on that's the most painful part of it. It affects people on the street more than even the high and mighty in the society. And if you do not fix the issue of injustice, you will not be able to fix the nation.
All right. We have young Nigerian must lead the country in 2019. That's by IBB.
IBB saying.
I'm happy. It's not just about age. It's also about, like we said, it's about your ability, your capacity, and your innovation. Because now we need to be innovative with the way we solve our problems in the country.
Innovation is
55 dead, 50 houses raised in Kogi over cashew plantation. It's a sad one.
All right, this day, a final paper this morning. Babangida, I'll support anything targeted at one Nigeria. Buhari to meet Trump, April 30, holds talks with Theresa May today. All right, we hope this visit will make a lot of difference for Nigeria and for Nigerians at the end of the day. And Adeosun explains reinstatement of trading on Owando shares. All right, we'll have to leave it there. Dr.
Well,
Ojon?
Doctor, thank you for coming, but we'll keep you for the next discussion now as we talk about the 4th year anniversary of the Chibok girls. Thank you. All right, let's go on a break briefly, and then we come back to dwell more on the topic, our first topic of the day.